Good afternoon. Welcome to Accounting 201, Principles of Financial Accounting. I'm Dr. Rao. I'm your instructor for the spring 2020 semester. I'd like to walk you through a few things on Blackboard and Volley Plus on what we're going to be doing during the semester. So let me start with a quick screen share over here. On Blackboard, when you come into my class, you will see the screen where there are three important tabs here on this side: announcements, course information, and chapter folders. I'll walk you through each of these. The first one is announcements. That's the screen that you come into for my class. This is going to be my primary means of communicating with you: emails and announcements. Any announcement that I post, I automatically send an email. I've already sent you posted three announcements which should have come as emails to you. The first one was on January 11th, about 2 weeks ago. I put one yesterday and one today. So let me start with the one that I had yesterday. This is about an individual, Miss Megan, who is the Wiley book rep, who's going to be available on Monday and Tuesday to help us in case you need help with getting started with Wiley Plus. I'm going to walk you through it today, and I think it should be fairly easy and you're not going to have a problem. The one that I sent you today was telling you that Megan has made a Blackboard presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, which I put on Blackboard for you. And I'll tell you where it is. And it basically kind of gives you a little more insight into Wiley Plus and how you purchase it, etc. Again, it's very, very elementary. You do not have to worry about it. You need to focus on learning accounting in this semester. So let's go to course information. In course information, I have a lot of what you could count as housekeeping information. You start with the syllabus. I'll walk you through the syllabus. The PowerPoint presentation that Megan has made for us. If you click on this, and make sure the audio is on, you will see her presentation and you will know what I'm talking about in terms of Wiley Plus. You will go to Red Shelf only if you want to opt out of purchasing Wiley Plus over here. I'll go through that in a minute. And grade calculator is something we're all really interested in, and I want to tell you what to do over there. So let me start with my syllabus, and I am going to do a new screen share, and that would be my syllabus. And in the syllabus, I have my email address where you can email me questions throughout the semester. It's arao@towson.edu. And I would prefer if you use your Towson email to send me emails, because I typically have my email account blocked for new email addresses that it doesn't recognize. So towson.edu is always safe. I use Zoom. That's what I'm using to record this video right now. And this platform, the reason I like it is I can share files with you. I can do screen shares with you. This is if you need help during the semester. It's similar to Facebook. They have a similar platform where you can do live chats, Skype, FaceTime. The one I'm going to be using is Zoom. It's safe and it's very, very user-friendly, and everyone in the business world uses it. Now, this course is completely online except for the final exam. Mark your calendars. May 15th, 2020, Friday, 8 to 10 in the morning, you're going to have the final exam. It's going to be in class, closed book. That's the only time you're going to be meeting each other in person. So let me go down real quick over here to what you need for this class. What you need for this class is a textbook. You absolutely need the textbook. Now, through direct access, first day of class, you already should have received emails from the bookstore. You get access to the textbook and the Wiley Plus code. It's packaged together for my class, so you get it all at the same time. If you're repeating this class, please let me know, and please tech support know, let the Wiley Plus tech support know. They will verify that you had in fact purchased the code earlier, and they will enroll you in my class. You don't have to pay for it again. Everyone else, you have to purchase the access code with the textbook. All assignments are going to be done on Wiley Plus. Homework, quizzes, exams, except final exam. Everything is being done through Wiley Plus. So you are getting your money's worth for this. You need reliable internet access. I cannot emphasize this enough for you, that If you have problems with the internet, you're going to have problems with this course. You are going to be coming to me nonstop asking me to reset things because your internet failed. If you think you're going to have a problem with the internet, I strongly recommend you go to Towson to one of the open labs. And in room 207 in Stevens Hall, that's an open lab in Stevens Hall, the business college. We have some computers right now have the lockdown browser. I'll talk about that a little later. That is for exam 1 and exam 2, you need it. But you can go and do all your assignments over there in the labs. For your regular assignments, homework and quizzes, you just need internet access. Okay, so make sure you have reliable internet access. I already mentioned about purchasing the textbook, and Megan has that PowerPoint presentation. I'd like you to go over that, and it'll tell you how to access Wiley once you have the access to the resources, which is going to be on Monday. Now, in terms of how I teach the class, I've already received a few emails. People ask me, how are you going to teach the class? This is a fully online class. What this means is you're going to be doing the work at your own pace. To some extent, it is self-taught, which means you have to read the book, you have to read the PowerPoint, go to the PowerPoint, practice assignments. But I am putting various videos to help you through this. So something that I would do in class, I've made videos and I put it on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. This is a completely free resource for you. You're already paying $1,000, you're paid for your textbook. What I'm putting on YouTube is a free resource. Make use of it. Watch it as often as you want to. Ask me questions based on those YouTube videos. For the first 4 chapters, I have put links to the video on Blackboard. Subsequently, I have not. What I would like you to do is subscribe to the channel. That way, anytime I put a new video, you get notifications. And I really think it's going to help you. So I'm here to help you by way of these videos. Your textbook, I'm going to go over it, has lots of resources to help you through it. The downside is there's a lot of information. How do you handle all of it? If you do it on a weekly basis, chapter by chapter, it's completely doable. And in fact, it's a lot of fun. If you don't do it on a weekly basis, or you wait until the last minute at the end of the week to do the assignment, it's going to get overwhelming because you're not going to be sure whether to watch my video or the author's video, whether to look at a PowerPoint or what you should be doing. Do it on a weekly basis and you'll be fine. And most important, as I mentioned over here, computers are the best thing since sliced bread and they're the worst thing since sliced bread, as is the internet. The emotional breakdown I get every semester, there's at least one student who's a nervous wreck the entire semester. Whether it's an assignment, a quiz, extra credit, exam, things seem to go wrong. In most cases, time management and following instructions, I would say 99%, you're not going to have any issues with Wiley Plus, the computer, the internet, or anything. If you get stressed, things are going to go bad. Contact me, I'll try and help you out. But if you do it at the last minute, I may not be available to help you. But I do have virtual hours, as in whenever I will make appointments one-on-one if you need help, and I'll walk you through it. I've had a few students make use of this, not many, but a few students do make use of the virtual office hours, and it really is very convenient because we can do it at a time that's convenient for both of us. Homework assignments, that's a problem. You have 5 attempts for each problem. The quizzes, there's only 1 attempt. The quizzes are all multiple choice questions. Both of these are open book assignments. Now for the homework, when you do make 1 attempt, it'll give you a score. It'll tell you what you got right, what you got wrong. So if you got it right, there's a green check mark. If you got it wrong, there's a red X. Now, if you do at least 1 attempt and then you contact me, I can go into Wiley Plus, I can go into your assignment and I can see what you did. And I can help you through. So don't ask me questions before even making 1 attempt. Preferably you make 2 attempts, that is you've tried once, you went back and tried to fix it and it still didn't work, ask me and I'll definitely help you. So these points should be in the bag for all of us. You have an opportunity to earn extra credit, and that's the Orion assignments. These are multiple choice questions. You can do them as many times as you want to. They're not timed, unlimited. It adds 2% to your grade. All Wiley Plus assignments for all 11 chapters, It's May 11th is a deadline. I'll go through that in a second. Now, I'm sure this is what's of interest for all of us. And what we're looking at over here is the grading scheme. We have 11% for homework, 11% for quiz. Every chapter there's one homework, every chapter there's one quiz. Each of those is worth 1% of the final grade. So that's 22%. You have exam 1 and 2 that will be done on Wiley Plus. While you do the assignment, you don't have access to the ebook. You can't use anything on the internet because you're going to use a lockdown browser. But if you have notes with you, you can look at the notes as you're doing the assignment. The final exam is closed book. So that's the only one where it's completely no help whatsoever. Everything else you have access to other resources. There's a grade calculator that I have on Blackboard, and I'll show you that grade calculator in a minute after I run through the syllabus. So what's the next thing I want to talk about over here before I get to the dates? If anyone needs special accommodation, I do need the official letter to come from the Office of Disability Services. They are wonderful people out there. Please contact them. This link over here takes you to their website if you don't know about them already. They will work with you and try to identify if you have any, you need any extra accommodation. They will contact us and I can make accommodations for you, even in an online forum. I am required to, and I'm happy to make accommodations, but you need to give this to me in time, okay? Now, due dates. I have every assignment for every chapter, it's always on a Thursday. Thursday, 5:30 p.m., okay? So just make sure you keep this. Thursday, 5:30 is when you have your assignments due. All of them are going to be open in groups. So chapters 1 through 4, they will all open on Monday, but they are due on Feb 6th, Feb 13th, Feb 20th, and Feb 27th. They are staggered by a week. So if someone decides that on Jan 27th, on Monday at 5:30 a.m., they want to do all 4 chapters, go for it. A little ambitious, don't do it. I would recommend you do follow the pattern. Read a chapter, go through the PowerPoint presentation, do the Orion assignments. That's the extra credit, it's practice. Then do the quiz, the homework. That's the order in which you should go. And watch those videos as you go along. Those are definitely helpful. So try and do this in a systematic fashion and you will not be in any, it will not be difficult for you. Just a quick note over here, keep in mind problem 1-3, and I'll get back to why I mentioned that right now, okay? So keep in mind what these due dates are, and please do not forget them. You will need this information to be registered somewhere, depending on how you make your calendar, mark these dates, okay? So let me go back to another screen share, and I would like to go to the grade calculator. Now the grade calculator is nothing but an Excel file. You can download this. I'll show you where I have it on Blackboard. And basically the grade calculator, where you see the shaded area, that's where you enter numbers. When you enter numbers, it'll calculate your grade for you. That's a grade in the course, not the grade up to that point of time. This is the final grade, what you're working towards. And this is the grading rubric that I have over here, the grading scale, the A through F, what it works out to. So let's say your 220 points for your assignments. Each assignment, homework assignment is worth 20 points, which is 1% of the grade. As soon as you're done with chapter 1, you earn 20 and you earn 20 points for each of the assignments. You've already earned 2% towards the final grade. Obviously, by the end of the semester, I would like to see that you earned all 220 points for homework and 220 points for quiz. You have 22% of the grade already done. Let's just assume that the first exam you did really well and you earned 40. 40 out of 50 is 80%. For the first exam in principles, it is a good score. You earned, now this is what's 23% of the grade. You will notice those numbers go up each time. The idea is for most students, principles of accounting is a new topic, and I would like to have less weightage on the first exam and more weightage as we go along, okay? So if you earned 40 in the first exam, you're now up to 40.4%. Let's say the second exam, you decided that somehow you're very confident, you don't need to study, and it went down to a 30. Now this is more devastating because this was worth 25%. Okay, you decide that oh, I am really going to do well. I'm going to get my grade back up to 40. What you did before. You are at a 79.4. Look at where you stand over there. You are at a B minus. Now, I'm hoping all of you work on that extra credit and you get the extra credit. You now have moved up to a B because of that extra credit. Well, clearly, if you try to do things right and at least kept that 40 over there for the next exam, you're way ahead. You're at a B plus. Okay. Play around with this great calculator. I'll remind you again after exam 1 and exam 2 so that you kind of know what to expect as you go along. Okay, so let me go back to my Blackboard class. So I've showed you the syllabus. I'm not going through the PowerPoint that Megan put up. Please go through it. Red Shelf, you would go there only if you want to opt out of buying the textbook through direct access. Great calculator, I walked you through that. I'll go through the exam in a minute. YouTube this is the link to my YouTube channel. Again, it's free, so make use of this. I'm going to skip over these other couple things. I'll come back to the exam using the lockdown browser. Now let's go down to chapter folders. Chapter folders, basically the 11 chapters you're going to be doing in this semester, I have everything organized in folders. Now what you will notice is chapters 1 through 4, they all open on Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. They close at different times, okay? Feb 6th, Feb 13th, 20th, and 27th. They all close on Thursdays at 5:30. That part is consistent, okay? And then the reason I'm doing that consistently is so that you always know Thursday 5:30, that assignment is going to close, okay? Exam 1, chapters 1 through 4, I'll give you more information about what will be on the exam. It opens on a Sunday at 5:30 in the morning and it closes on Monday. So I've spread this over 2 days. For the exam, I'm giving you a weekend and a weekday, just so that if someone is working during the week and if they want to do it on the weekend, they can do it. Or you can, if you're coming to the computer lab and you need to do it at Towson, you will have it on Monday. Use your time very wisely. These exams are timed for 2 hours. Now, when you go on the system and the exam is on, it'll say it closes at 5:30 p.m. It does, but you have to access it no later than 3:30 because the system requires that you should have at least 2 hours to take the exam. I would suggest you keep 1:30 as your cutoff because we all know anything that can go wrong does go wrong when we are stressed. And if you need to contact Wiley Tech, you need to contact me, you want to keep a little breathing room. So keep 1 or 1:30 as a cutoff by when we should start the exam so that we don't have any such issues. I'll send you several reminders before an exam, so you don't have to worry about it right now. Let me go into an individual chapter and see what it looks like, the folder. I've tried to keep this again consistent for all chapters. So the first one is the link to the chapter on Wiley Plus. The second one is a PowerPoint presentation, which you can also get from the first one. I'll show you where to look for it. Typically, the third one, I have a link to my YouTube video relating to the chapter. And what I had mentioned earlier, this one is problem 1-3A. That's the same homework problem that you have on Wiley. If you look, the author also has a link to a video, and the author has done a presentation that follows the format that Wiley Plus has that you will see on your screen. I do everything in Excel. So you will see the layout that I have is a little different. That's how I teach it in class. I use Excel a lot. And so what I would write on the board, I do in Excel. So it's basically, that's what's saved over here. So I have taught chapters by way of doing homework assignments. You have the link to the Orion assignments, and then you have the quiz one, and then the homework one for chapter 1, that is. So the homework is going to be this problem 1-3A, but the layout obviously is going to be different as compared to what I have in my video. Now, let's go into the chapter and see what happens. When you click on this Wiley plus icon, it brings you to chapter 1. This is basically the same thing that you would have in the hard copy of your book. It's identical, but you have additional resources here. Look here on the side, you have the Orion. When you go into Orion, that's the extra credit assignment that I have. They have watch and learn, they have brief videos, they have walkthrough videos, they have numerous resources over here. You can go through PowerPoint presentation, just about anything you can think of, end of chapter practice. Okay, so there's lots and lots of tools available. The only issue is it's a little too much if you wait until the end. Okay, so please don't wait until the end so we don't have any such disasters. Okay, now let me go back to course information, and this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. If you go in over here into exam using lockdown browser, I've given you a practice exam. Okay, it's just one assignment. It's a small assignment. Your exams 1 and 2 are going to be 2 hours each. This one is only 15 minutes. And the idea really here is for you to be prepared when you take the exam. You need to download this browser called Lockdown Browser. It's a browser that prevents you from opening any other app on your computer. So basically you can't cheat, you can't cut and paste and do stuff like that. Well, you need to download that browser, which means you need admin privilege to download it on your computer. If you do not have a computer where you have admin privilege, not to worry. Stevens Hall, room 207. Right now I have 7 computers that already have the lockdown browser. I've requested them to put it on all the computers in room 207. They will be doing that shortly. Okay, you just need to make sure that there is no class at that time when you go in to take an exam. Sometimes some faculty reserve the room for a class and they're going to ask you to leave. You don't want to be in that situation. This is a short 6.5-minute video. Watch it and then do this exam. Okay, for the exam, they're all secured, as in there'll be a password you will need, and I will always give you the information. So just go through all of this, and I would recommend you just, everything that's here in this course information, take a day or two and go through everything. Ask me questions. Be as detailed as you can when you ask me questions so that I can help you. I have a quick thing to share over here. I'm going to stop my screen share and get back over here. I'm in my office over here, and I thought I would share this with you. I have this plant that I bought. I've not had a very good history about plants, and I want to see by the end of the semester if my plant is still alive, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. Hopefully you have a great semester, and my plant also lives through the entire semester, and we all do well. Look through everything on course information, and good luck.